Good morning. It is Friday. Do you know, it took me a little while to figure out what day it was. It feels like, when Christmas, it's obviously not quite as good as Christmas, but when it's Christmas and you can't remember what day it was. That's exactly how I felt this morning. I was totally uncertain what day it was. It would be interesting to know how you're finding lockdown, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in the US, Europe. How are you finding this lockdown and COVID-19? Some people are going, this does not make sense that the whole world has put their economies on hold. And, all that security we had, all that kind of everything was going fine, now feels a little bit shaky. The whole world feels a little uncertain. It's scary. It's strange. But yeah, it is Friday. It is Friday. And people are curious, confused, and honestly wondering how long this is going to last. Is it a 5-minute thing? Is this going to roll out for a few months? Is it, it's so strange not knowing lots of things, and lots of businesses don't know how they're going to get that money from the government that have been promised. How do they get it? Will they get it in time? They're having to figure out what they say to their employees. It's a weird time. And I've been talking to a lot of people at the moment who are feeling a little bit kind of terrified about how they adapt to this world and whether they should just ride it out for the 3 weeks that we're being told we're in lockdown, or whether it's, well, we're not being called lockdown in the UK. It's called advice to stay at home. But if you go out, you might get fined. But how do they adapt? Should they just wait it out, or should they try and fight back? Should they try and adapt? And it's really unclear right now how long this will last. What we do know is that other countries are into their second month of lockdown. So we could find ourselves here for a couple of months. And you have to ask the question of, are you prepared to put your business on hold for 2 months? Now, if you've got, I spoke to somebody yesterday and they said this is awfully inconvenient, but they've got a year's worth of revenue in the bank. So they're just going to ride it out and go back to their old business model after it's done, but try and make a bit of money along the way. Other people are having to go, do you know what? I have to make money. I have to make bank. I have to earn the money. And I just thought I'd share some things that might help you figure out, how do you make money in this environment? How do you continue to sell stuff if you're not looking to profiteer by selling toilet roll at highly inflated prices? How do you continue to function as a business? And there's no doubt about it, you need a completely different business model right now. People are holding on to money because they don't know what's coming. So first of all, you've got the issue of people are more reluctant to buy things unless they absolutely need to buy things. So they will put off expenses that aren't critical or aren't important to their objectives. So that's the first thing you've got to understand. People are saving money. They're holding on to money because they don't know what's coming down the road. Second one is that people are still stuck in not knowing whether to keep going or hunker down. So you've got all of these dynamics at play. So when you're starting to look at what you're going to sell and what you're going to offer and how you're going to trade through this uncertain period, you have to kind of address these questions. You have to kind of answer, why should somebody buy from you now? Why can't they wait a couple of months till this is all over? Why is their purchase critical now? So why should they spend the money now, and why should they use this now? Those are two key things. If you can't answer that, there's not going to be a sale. And then, of course, does what you're offering answer a problem that they have right now? So, lots of businesses have lots of issues. And right now, a lot of these businesses are fighting for survival. They're fighting to keep afloat. How does your product or service seem relevant right now. Like if you're selling something that needs massive upheaval, people are less likely to take it on right now. So what you may need to do is what I said, called in a webinar earlier this week, a crisis business model, which is that you've got your core business and this is what you do, but right now that might not make sense. You're selling something that nobody wants to buy right now. So you have to think of alternatives. So classic training companies are pivoting to online training. What's the product or service you can offer through this period that might not be your normal product or service, but you can deliver it and it's aligned with what you do? You know, it's similar. It's not like, you know, I was selling apples 2 days ago and now I'm doing tech, or the other way around. There will be elements of what you can do as a team that you can pivot into for a period of time. So it might not be the ideal, it might not be your core focus, it might not be in your business model right now, but you may need to decide to start doing this because needs must. You have to find out what matters to your customers right now, and all that kind of analysis and market research you did to build your business to where it was before this, you might now have to go, well, all of that data is totally different now. It's totally different data. If I did that same market research today, I would get totally different answers because of the environment we are in. So you have to almost rebuild and recreate a new business model for right now. Now, you can't mess around spending months and months trying to perfect this. You're going to have to start and almost like hustle it out. You're going to have to figure it out as you go and work out as you go. Because if you need to generate revenue through this period, it's a no-brainer that that's what you've got to do. It won't be perfect. It will be clumsy, but that's just what you have to do to keep going in a crisis. These are not perfect times, and life isn't perfect for anybody right now. Some people are already going stir crazy, and it's only been a few days. So the world has changed, and it has changed for months, because even when we come out of the lockdown, we will find that businesses still have that lockdown mentality until they've found their feet again. So we've got this whole process of the rug has been taken from under us in terms of what we thought was normal. We're now into a new normal, which we're used to. And when this ends, people will come out of that no into a new world of uncertainty, trying to get back to where they were before. So this may actually work out. Even if the lockdown's 3 months, it might work out from start to finish. This is a 6-month thing that's going to happen here. It's 6 months of change and uncertainty and unpredictability. Even when people come out of this, they're going to be assessing how they rebuild to where they were before this happened. So that crisis business model might not just be for 3 weeks, it might be for 6 months. And it's better to have a 6-month plan right now than have no plan and try and wing it for 3 weeks and find out that you need to wing it for 6 months. So that's my thoughts on a Friday. I think it's Friday. It feels like Friday. Every day feels like Friday now. So I hope you're staying safe. Do follow the advice. Look after yourself. Look after your business. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, of course. That would be awesome. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I'll catch up with you on Monday.